the next person we have is here, and Catherine is very kindly going to introduce her.
So I'd like to welcome Eileen Greene, who's from Mooncup. To tell you a little bit more of why Mooncup wanted to sponsor us today, is that Mooncup is delighted to be a sponsor of a local event to encourage young women to consider setting up a business or getting involved in running one. I'll pass over to you.
Thank you. Hello everybody. So yes, I'm Eileen Greene. I am a company director at Mooncup Limited. Just curious to know how many of you in the room actually know what a Mooncup is? Okay, good, that's a majority. Great, and how many of you knew that Mooncup was a Brighton-based business? Yeah, not very many. Not a lot of people know that. We were actually the very first company in the world to produce a menstrual cup from medical grade silicone. And the company was founded by Sue Hardy, a woman, and it continues to be run by women to this day. So my own story is that I had absolutely no interest in sort of pursuing a career whatsoever. I'd been to university, I studied a degree in modern languages, and when I finished, the only thing I really wanted to do was go out there and travel the world. And I wanted to be exposed to new ideas, meet new people, go to new places. And through that process, I sort of developed a passion for environmental issues. And to that end, I ended up on a critical mass bike ride in London in 1999. So critical mass was something sort of akin to the sort of Extinction Rebellion movement nowadays, where people would meet in big cities around the world on the last Friday of every month, and they would cycle around town together. So I was doing this, and I started chatting to a woman who I was cycling along with, and she told me about the concept of a menstrual cup. Now this was something I had never even conceived of. The idea pretty much blew my mind. I considered myself to be a fairly conscious individual, but I'd never really thought about the sanitary products that I was using. And I looked for this product, couldn't find it anywhere. And the following year, I was travelling in Australia, and I met a woman who was travelling around with her family, with her young daughter and husband. And she was an unusual woman in that she was using washable nappies for her young daughter, and she had a bucket with her and was sort of washing all her nappies. So I shared this secret of the menstrual cup with her. And that woman was Sue Hardy. And she returned to the UK. She managed to track down a menstrual cup from the States. It was made of latex, rubber. She tried it, liked it, started importing it on a small scale and selling it to friends of friends. And she quickly discovered that some women were having a sensitivity to the latex that the product was made of. So it kind of got her entrepreneurial spark firing, and she thought, I can make this better. I'm going to make this product from a new material. She found a manufacturer in the UK, and they started producing it from medical grade silicone. So yes, the company started in Sue's spare bedroom in Whitehawk in Brighton back in 2002. And when I decided I'd had enough of travelling, Sue offered me a job. So my initial, the first thing that I was doing was I'd done a lot of telephone market research to fund my travels around the world. So Sue asked me to come in and ring up all the health food shops in the UK and get them to sort of stock Mooncup. And then the business was growing, and about 10 months after that, Boots approached us. So very quickly, things got moving, and I had to quickly start working full-time, kind of took over running the sort of sales and admin side of the business to allow Sue to sort of prepare for the Boots launch. And, you know, within a year, there were 5 of us in Sue's spare bedroom, so it was pretty busy in there. And the business basically went from strength to strength after that. We moved out, found premises, and we're now, sold in dozens of countries around the world. We're in sort of health food shops, pharmacy chains, supermarkets. Our website and our packaging is in 15 different languages. It's been a massive success. We have a lot of competitors now too. We've had all sorts of amazing achievements, including being the first sanitary product manufacturer in the world to be certified as an ethical business. We've won tons of awards, but what we feel really proud of is the fact that we opened up the feminine hygiene category. We brought a third product onto the sanitary product aisle. So our incredible founder, Sue Hardy, she retired in 2017 after she had done another amazing thing in that she transferred Mooncup into employee ownership in 2014. And that's when I became a company director. So 5 years in, it's been an absolutely incredible journey, and I would never ever have imagined in my early 20s that I would be doing this. So I'm going to read the next bit because I don't think I can remember it. According to the Huffington Post, there is a stunning absence of women at the top of companies that make and market products to women. We all know that the majority of consumer spending is really driven by women, and that's not just for themselves, but it's also for their families and other people in their lives. So, why do we need more young women to consider a job in a business that's completely focused on women's needs? Well, in an industry like my industry, apart from the obvious fact that it's predominantly women that are using sanitary products, I don't think we need to endure any more of those sanitary product adverts that featured, sort of blue blood and women in white clothes roller skating along the seafront, because I don't think those companies were run by men. So, what I really hope you'll take away from my experience is that all kinds of women from all kinds of backgrounds, can get into business. And setting up and running a business, it's not easy, but it's not insurmountable. And you don't need to know everything, because you get help from other people, and there's always going to be challenges and there's always going to be new things to learn, but you just continue getting help along the way. What I would say is never ever underestimate the power of a conversation and the power of contact with another individual. Sometimes I have to remind myself to take my headphones out when I'm sitting on a train and have a conversation with a stranger, because you never ever know where that conversation is going to lead. And, I've certainly had 2 conversations in my life, one of them with a woman on a bicycle cycling around London, and the other one in a national park in Australia, and, look where those have led. So that's it. Thanks, everyone.